Hello and welcome back to Sensei's Kitchen Top, where we play Pauper Commander and sometimes some other formats. In today's game we have a couple of firsts for the channel, the first being a mono-blue matchup. We have Tom today, piloting Trophy Mage, and I am on my Murmuring Mystic deck. The other exciting first is that Tom's deck is a combo deck which we have not had on the channel before. Using Trophy Mage to search for key pieces, Tom is looking to get Ashnod's Altar on the field with an artifact cost reducer. With both the Retriever and Assistant costing one less, he can continuously sack and cast them to net one additional mana per loop, thus creating infinite mana and casts. With these rotating, Tom wants to find Golem Factory and add as many counters as he wants to create infinite golems, or bounce an opponent's entire board with infinite storm count into Temporal Fissure. For openers, Tom keeps a Withdraw, Anticipate, Arcane Signet, Mere Retriever, and 2 islands. I apparently favour the 2-drop spells and keep Essence Scatter, Remove Soul, Disperse, Run Away Together, Inspiration, and also 2 islands. Without any further ado, let's get to the game. Missed a few turns in the recording, but Tom opened up with an Arcane Signet and follows up with a Mere Retriever. I discard and pass, and Tom casts an Anticipate in my end step, putting a card to hand and 2 on the bottom. He swings at me for 1, and then casts his commander, which I respond to with a Remove Soul, countering it. I untap, draw and pass. And in my end step, Tom casts an Opt, scrying 1 to the bottom and drawing a card. He plays a Seat of the Synod for turn and swings at me, putting me to 28 life. And in his second main phase tries to recast his commander, which I Essence Scatter. I find my third land and cast Compulsive Research, drawing 3, discarding a Diminish, and Run Away Together. Tom plays his 4th island, swings at me for 1, and passes turn. I play my 4th land and cast Peer Through the Depths, revealing Abjure and putting it into my hand. Tom repeats his last turn by playing a land, swinging for 1 and passing turn. I also play a land and pass. Tom plays another land, swings at me for 1 and passes. In his end step, I cast a Catalogue, drawing 2 cards and discarding Repulse. I also cast an Unexplained Disappearance, returning his Retriever to hand and surveilling an island into the bin. I forget to pass the turn on spell table, but cast a Clear the Mind, shuffling my yard into my library and drawing a card. I cast a Flood, and an Index, looking at the top 5 cards of my library, putting them back in any order. Tom recasts his Mirror and passes turn. I cast my commander, Murmuring Mystic. I attempt to put Diplomatic Immunity on it, giving it Shroud. However, in response, Tom casts Withdraw, bouncing my commander to my hand. Tom pays for his own Mirror, and with the target being no longer legal, my Diplomatic Immunity goes to my graveyard. In his turn, he taps 7 to cast his commander. This time it resolves and he gets to go find an artifact. He gets a Bonder's Ornament and passes. I replay my commander and pass turn. Tom casts Bonder's Ornament, and in his end step I cast Radical Idea, getting a bird and then drawing a card. I get him for 1 with my bird and pass turn. He activates Bonder's Ornament to draw a card, however in response, I disperse it back to his hand, getting a bird and stopping him from drawing a card. In his turn he recasts the Bonder's Ornament, however in response I counter it with Abjure, sacrificing a bird, getting another bird. He follows it up with a Snap, bouncing his commander to hand and untapping 2 lands. He recasts his commander. In response, I cast Countervailing Winds, which Tom counters with Mana Leak. The stack resolves and I get a bird. As Trophy Mage comes in, he goes to search for a battered golem, putting it to hand and shuffling his library. I swing in with my birds and Murmuring Mystic, which Tom blocks with his commander, and then before damage I cast Keep Watch, drawing 4 cards and getting a bird. I play an island for turn and tap 2 to cast an Anticipate, getting another bird, looking at the top 3, putting 2 on the bottom, 1 into hand. And I pass my turn. Tom plays a Darksteel Citadel and casts his battered golem. Then tap 3 for a Trinket Mage, going to find an Ornithopter, which he immediately casts. In his end step I cast Peer Through the Depths again, getting another bird and revealing Distant Melody. I swing in with my birds and Tom blocks 1 with Ornithopter. In my second main phase I cast Distant Melody, getting another bird and drawing 7 cards. I discard 2 islands in a Deep Analysis and pass turn. Tom casts Banishing Knack, targeting his golem. He taps it to bounce his Trophy Mage to hand, which he then attempts to cast. However, I counter it with a good old cancel. I get another bird. Then Tom casts Mnemonic Wall, getting back Anticipate from his graveyard. In his end step, I jumpstart my radical idea, discarding a repulse and drawing a card and getting a bird. In response, Tom casts the Anticipate. I play an island for turn, and cast Ideas Unbound, getting another bird and drawing 3 cards. I pay 2 mana and 3 life, and flash back Deep Analysis, getting another bird and drawing 2 more cards. I move to combat and swing in, putting Tom to 13, and in my end step, due to Ideas Unbound, I discard borrowing 100,000 arrows and 2 islands. Tom plays an island for turn and casts Portent, and in his end step, I cast Tragic Lesson, getting a bird, drawing 2 and discarding a Syncopate. And I cast Sift Through Sand, getting yet another bird, drawing 2 more cards and discarding Diminish. In my turn I realise I have too many bird tokens, so I count them up and consolidate them with a die. In my main phase I cast Unsummon, getting another bird and bouncing Tom's only flyer and swing in for 13 damage exactly. Good game. That was certainly an interesting game. I got very lucky in that Tom had at least 3 turns in a row where he didn't have anything to further his game plan or disrupt mine. This completely negated my slow start and missed land drops, and once Murmuring Mystic hits the field and can keep mana open, it is very difficult to stop. A big thanks to Tom for joining me. I'll hopefully be filming some more games in the future with him, and we'll see if we can capture that combo in action. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, please do subscribe for new videos. Head down to the description to find any relevant links, including the last video I made. And while you're down there, make sure you join the Kitchen Top Discord for friendly conversation about the channel, and maybe even play some games. Watch some other videos while you wait, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!